We are going to chat a little bit about Chevron's continuing problems in Ecuador, and while it may seem to be far away, the reason we keep talking about this subject is that in February 2011, an Ecuadorian court issued a decision against Chevron for $18 billion. I mean, a vast amount of money. It's just about unprecedented. Nevertheless, the damages, most people can estimate the damages that Chevron, which took over Texaco, may have done to the rainforest down there was perhaps $700 million.
70 million.
$70 million.
Yeah.
That's a long way from $18 billion.
Yeah.
So bring us up to date on what the heck is going on in Ecuador.
Well, first of all, Chevron is interested in pursuing this because so far the plaintiffs' lawyers have not been able to collect, and that's because Chevron doesn't have any assets in Ecuador. The reason they're involved in this is because Texaco operated in Ecuador until the early 1990s, and these people who are suing are holding Texaco accountable for pollution that they say is there now and was either caused by the current oil companies that are there, but they say, well, since Texaco introduced oil development in the region, it's still responsible. So what Chevron's trying to show is, look, to a U.S. court, look, this case has no validity, therefore these plaintiffs should not be able to collect in places where we have assets, namely in the United States.
Is there a larger issue though here? Why does why does Chevron keep fighting in Ecuador if it has no assets at risk there?
Well, actually, it doesn't want Ecuador to be able to collect in other places where it has its assets. And in fact, what Chevron's doing now is fighting in U.S. court. It has filed a RICO case against the plaintiffs' lawyers and some of their representatives because it says that there was fraud involved in the case, that the person who was supposed to be giving an independent, neutral analysis of whether there was pollution there, Chevron alleges that they were bought by the plaintiffs' lawyers, and in fact they were just in court in May in Miami, in early part of this month, trying to get some bank records from an Ecuadorian bank that has a branch in Miami to show, they say, to show the money trail of that, what they call was a bribe.
Yeah. Welcome.
And of course the plaintiffs' lawyers deny that.
We have about quick 45 seconds left. In cases like this, there is always an alleged set of victims. In this case, it's the Indians in the rainforest. But
Right.
apparently, they're about the last people in line to collect any money from this settlement if it ever happens.
Well, you know, of course, the NGO that is promoting this case says that the community is going to get the money through environmental work that they will do in the jungle. Chevron alleges that through discovery, they got documents that show that a good part of the money, is in fact going to lawyers, hedge funds that have done litigation financing in the case, and you know, even the NGO which collects the money, they're saying, look, there's no evidence that the money will actually get to the community, and of course the NGO is saying yes, it will. So
a fairly dark corner of the global economy. Thanks, Mary.
Sure.